something really special. Asher, tell us what you've been doing.
Well, I started a food blog at the start of September, and I've continued it all through the year so far.
Uh-huh. Now, he has surprised all of us because, first of all, this food blog is quite sophisticated, and I love food, and I'm a foodie, and I'm reading this, and I'm just, like, blown away. But also, he's an excellent writer. So I have to tell you, like, I'm impressed, Asher.
Thank you.
Now, okay, let's get started here. First of all, I've noticed you kind of look at your food, or you eat your food, and then you put it on a Z scale. Tell us about the scale and why, and what that means.
Well, I rate the food from 1Z to 5Zs, 1Z being very poor and not good, to 5Zs being excellent, which I rarely give.
Ah, very good. All right, so let's see. How did you start a food blog? And first of all, most 13-year-olds I know, even the ones in my house, are pretty much focused on hamburgers and Oreo cookies.
My dad started my love with traveling, so there's something very similar between all the cities we travel to, and that's they all have good food. So being so interested in travel, it kind of sparked my interest in food as well.
So cool. So, okay, so is there a particular meal you can remember that kind of sparked your interest and said, oh, this is different, this is good?
I don't remember, but I do remember starting at I think my first review, not on the blog, but my first review was at Joe Shanghai's in New York.
And did you just send that out to some friends and family members, or like, what did you do with that information?
I just had it on a piece of paper, and I still think I have it. It's in a folder.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, so like, do you cook, or you just like to go try the food?
I wish I could cook, but my dad and my mom and even my little brother are very good cooks, so I just like to wait around and get ready to eat it.
Very good. And okay, so if you had a style or type of food that's your favorite, what would it be?
I love Indian food because it's a lot of good spice combinations.
Very cool. Yeah, it is really, really exotic and interesting. My husband, Vinny, loves Indian food. Loves it. I think every Sunday night we go to Coromandel. So, okay, so what is your favorite restaurant? Who have you actually given the 5Z?
I have given the 5Z several times. I think I gave 5Zs to Safita in Fairfield.
You did, okay.
Which is delicious. They have Syrian food. And I think I gave 5Zs to Paseo Sandwich Shop in Canada.
I love it.
Which is really, really good.
And this is one of the things that I love about Asher's Eats, which you can find on the net, Asher, ZEATS, right, .com, is Asher reviews everything from the 5-star type restaurant to, you know, the hamburger joint. And you have a very good, I think, palate. I think you figured out what's really tasting good. So what is the criteria for the 5Z? Is it tasty, juicy? What is it?
Well, the food for sure has to be really good, but the atmosphere has to be good as well, and the service and value need to be really, really up there as well.
So you need a whole experience then. You're saying you want to feel kind of welcome when you get there. It has to be kind of a cool, hip vibe. Is that it? You don't like stuffy restaurants, you like cooler ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, well, like Safita, for example, like what is your favorite dish there?
At Safita, there's the Safita chicken rolls with it's a crispy shell and tender chicken inside, and then they have a vibrant orange pomegranate sauce to dip it in. It's really good.
That sounds delicious. All right, I'm going there. All right, so have you ever complained about anybody? I've noticed that most of your things are that looks really good or that looks delicious. Have you ever said anything negative?
I have. I think the lowest amount of Z's I've ever given is like 2.5 maybe. Which I don't remember the restaurant. I think I blocked it out because it was so bad.
Well, that's pretty smart. So you do actually kind of warn your reader, like, you know what, maybe not, don't go to that.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed on your blog you had people asking, like, hey, Asher, I'm going to travel to whatever, the Pacific Northwest, where do you think I should eat, that kind of thing. What do you do with those questions?
I usually email the person back if they leave an email or comment on their comment. And I recommend places that I've been, or if I haven't been, I say that I haven't been, but I've heard the food there is great.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's smart. That's really cool. Now, what is your next sort of food destination? What are you thinking you want to do? Where do you want to go?
I think this weekend my dad and I are going to Gaetano's.
Where's Gaetano's?
It's in Stratford.
Uh-huh.
And it has Italian sandwiches.
Really delish. All right. And, okay, so you were going to go to Gaetano's in Stratford to have an Italian sandwich. That sounds pretty awesome. So we're going to expect a new blog. And also, folks, if you haven't taken a look at this blog, Asher takes really nice pictures, too, so you can see the yummy dish. And what kind of Italian sandwiches are we talking, like provolone and sausage and...
Yeah, prosciutto and fresh mozzarella and broccoli rabe, that kind of stuff.
I love it. I just can't imagine my 13-year-old son saying he was looking forward to having broccoli rabe in his sandwich. I love that. So I'm going to go back to also the writing part. I think you're quite a talented writer. Is this part of the whole experience for you? Is you're enjoying the writing part?
I do love writing, and I also think it's helping with my English class at school. I think my vocabulary has developed from doing the food reviews, and it's definitely showed in my English class.
That's awesome. Now, do you have suggestions for other kids who maybe aren't quite as adventurous food-wise as you are?
Well, I wasn't very adventurous when I was really young, but I just started to try things, and there are definitely some things that you're not going to like, but there are some things, if you just give it a chance, that are really good.
That's a really good idea. So any young folks who are out there might be listening. You know, Asher's suggestion is try stuff maybe you don't know. It might be bad, but you might discover something you didn't expect. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So since this show is about relationships, tell me what you think, how food affects our relationships. What is your view on that?
Well, I think food is like the universal language, and I think if you're eating food and you're with another person, it's kind of, you kind of open up and you talk more, and that's why maybe you go out to dinner on a date. I like that. I think that's an absolutely correct or beautiful way to put it, which is food brings us together and it gives us something to talk about, and you have a shared experience of what that food is, and certainly over time has brought families together, and we break bread and we have a glass of wine and we feel connected. So I love that, Asher. You just you've knocked it out of the park on this one. So I want the listeners check this blog out. It's called AshersEats.com, and it's ASHERZEATS. Is that right, Asher? Yes.
That's really cool. And check it out. He has really done a really nice job looking at going to different restaurants nearby, also pretty far away. Where's the farthest restaurant you've gone to?
Well, we've gone all around the world. I think maybe Italy is the farthest I've gone, but I don't think I've reviewed anything there.
You didn't review anything in Italy. It must have been so overwhelmingly yummy, right? There was just almost too much to write.
Too much, yeah.
Well, I can't tell you how impressed I am, how much I've enjoyed reading your blog, and I think it's great for other kids to see that, you can do this. You can start something like a blog about something you enjoy, and try new stuff, right? Try new things, check out stuff that maybe you didn't think you'd like, and when you develop something that you love to do, other people enjoy it as well, right? So have you gotten a lot of positive feedback from this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some people, I don't think they know that I'm 13, so they kind of have some mean comments.
Oh no, are you kidding? Well, anybody who's listening today, Asher is 13 years old, which makes this even more impressive because it's not only well written, but you've really been thoughtful about how you approach the food, and you put your Z's up there relative to what you believe is right, and that takes courage too. And I got to give it to you for stepping out and saying this is what I like. And yes, there are going to be people who don't like what you do. I get that, but that's really cool. You're out there and you're doing it, and I bet your English teacher is loving it. Are you getting an A? I hope so.
I don't think so.
I think you should get an A.
Yeah.
That's my vote.
That's right.
Well, we are, it's just been a wonderful morning right here talking to Asher Zelson, yet another Fairfielder. We have the theme today on the show is wonderful, fabulous Fairfielders. Asher is a 13-year-old young man who lives right around the corner from me. He has started a food blog, asherseats.com, and it's really worthwhile checking out. And what's great about this particular blog is he has looked at very expensive restaurants, but also places that are not expensive, but also do really cool, wonderful stuff. So I'm going to be looking forward to eating or checking out the Gaetano's in Stratford. Is that what it was?
Yep.
Yep. And I think Asher's message at the end, which is really food brings us together. It gives us something to talk about. And you're absolutely right. People go on dates to kind of talk and connect, and there you've got the shared experience of eating and maybe having, a delicious meal together. So Asher, thank you so very much for being on the show with me today. I really appreciate it. We'll be right back after this commercial break.